preview is brought to you by Full Sail University. Hey guys, Nick here for Rev3 Games, and I'm joined by Trisha Hershberger from Sourcefed.
Hi guys!
We got the chance last week to go check out a really big chunk of The Sims 4.
As big of a chunk as you can get, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we had like, what, 6.5 hours
Yeah,
to play the game?
from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. we went over to EA and just sat down and played a pretty open, pretty complete feeling chunk of what The Sims 4 is going to be. So I kind of skipped the Sims games from about Sims 2 to Sims 4. I didn't really play 3, skipped all the expansions.
3's great.
3's great? So my understanding is that you've stayed up to date with the Sims games, is that correct?
I skipped over Sims 2 a little bit. I did the first one and then every expansion pack that you could get your hands on.
Wow.
And then 3 was when I got back in. But I'm a huge Sims fan. I've been a huge Sims fan for a very long time, and it's exactly the kind of game that a control freak like me loves.
Sure. So right off the bat, how did The Sims 4 treat you? How are the first impressions, I guess?
My first impressions were pretty great. I mean, you can toggle back and forth camera modes if you're used to camera modes from previous games, or you can look at, this new, like, more about the Sims' actual lives than about the building. I love the nostalgia of the older games, so I still will use top-down view and stuff like that, and I want to build everything from scratch, but that's all certainly there. A lot of the stuff that takes a long time in the construction and first starting, like your build a sim and you're building your house, they've streamlined a lot of that process.
Yeah, the whole Create a Sim system now is really clever in that instead of adjusting a big list of sliders like you would in any other game, you're literally just grabbing your sim by the face and it's almost like, you know how in the Super Mario 64 title screen?
I was just gonna say that. That's exactly what it's like.
It's the Super Mario 64 title screen.
Stretch that nose,
but
baby.
for the Sims. So you can like
Mario.
You can grab the pupils and shrink them down, make them look real scary. You can grab the ears.
You can take the eyes, like the sides of the eyes, up or down, eyebrows, nose width, like, and how far your nose protrudes, your chin, like everything you can just drag.
You can make some pretty scary monsters, as is par for the course in The Sims. You can make some pretty horrifying people, which is exciting. And then all of those new build tools extend to the, like you were saying, the sort of house creation. You can build preset rooms. You can drag walls easily. You can place objects off the grid.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things that used to take forever when constructing a home is if you decided, I want the kitchen to be on this side, you'd move every single piece of furniture and appliance, then destroy all the walls, then destroy the carpeting, the paint, whatever, and then rebuild it all piece by piece on the other side. Now you can literally take an entire room with all of its contents in it, pick it up, drop it down on the other side.
So a few of the new things about the ways you interact with The Sims, they're the moodlets, which are things that pop up that can affect your mood. So like, if you had a shower in the morning that wasn't satisfying, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, if like you watched a TV show that you didn't like, there are these small things that can affect your Sim's mood that are displayed in these little squares across the bottom of the screen. And those can translate into your emotions, right? Which are
they translate into your interactions. And your emotions, actually, whether you're happy or sad, so green or red on all of your meters, can act as a multiplier for those.
Right.
So if you're, I don't know, if you're feeling confident, but you're also happy and confident, then you're feeling very confident. And that unlocks a whole bunch of different things as well. And these are interactions with other Sims. They're interactions with, like I was telling Nick just a little earlier that I was very confident, and when I clicked on the toilet to use the toilet, it said, pee like a champion.
That's one of my favorite verbs I've ever heard in a video game, I think. So wait, tell me about the character that you built.
Okay, well, I'm a super fundamentalist when it comes to Sims, so I made Trisha Hershberger. Okay. And I made Trisha Hershberger look as much like me as I could get within, like, I think I probably spent a half hour to 45 minutes on Create a Sim, which you don't need to, again, with this new interface, but I'm a stickler for details.
It's tempting. You can get so precise with all that stuff.
Yeah, and I could have gone further, but I was like, I only have one day to try this game. So I made Trisha Hershberger, and I started a house from scratch, and I made a very basic house with the very basic entry-level appliances, etc., because I didn't have a lot of money, and I don't use cheat codes. And so I gave myself, what were my traits? Skills and traits and aspirations and all that good stuff, because there's a very complex web that you can design that affects how your sim, again, not only talks to other Sims, but how they interact with objects, etc. So I was a cheerful, happy or good, I forget what they called it, geek.
Gotcha.
So I did a lot of computer programming, a lot of video games. I was happy when other Sims were happy. And it was a lot of fun. It really you know, made me feel like this is the world I could play in, which is so funny with these games where they're mimicking reality, if that's how you so choose to play with it, you know, like this or like Second Life or whatever you have it. It's just kind of fun to escape from your real life into your fake life, if that makes any sense. And then I also made a sim family that were all green.
Their skin was green?
Their skin was
I
all
saw
green.
That option. I was too scared to click it.
Their skin, it was a grandma and a little kid and a little boy, and they were very big troublemakers. The like-to-know family.
Mischievous green people?
Yeah, and the kid's name was Wouldn't You? And his last name was Like-to-Know.
Wouldn't you like
to know?
Gotcha.
And I forget what I named the granny, but it was something else like to know. I tried to make it clever. I don't know if it was. But yeah, I just took them to the park and they just wreaked havoc on people.
Awesome. But what I love about The Sims is, and it's something they mentioned in that presentation they gave us, is the emergent narrative stuff that happens where the stories just kind of build themselves. So like, my guy was really hungry, so I had him go to a bar. All they had at the bar was chips, so he ate some chips but also got super drunk. Met a girl there named Hannah, got blackout drunk with Hannah at the bar, kissed her at the bar.
Nice.
And then at 5 a.m. they decided they wanted to go on a date to a museum. Okay. Still drunk.
Cool.
So they drunkenly, I don't know what to say, they or we, go to this museum, super drunk, 5 a.m., have an awesome time there. And then I found out from talking to her that she also has the cheerful trait and the mischievous trait. And I was like,
so that's why you guys got along
exactly,
so well.
Yeah. And so it's moments like that where these stories write themselves. That's what I love about The Sims. And that's kind of what's making me want to play more of The Sims 4 in the future.
Yeah, I found a guy named Rico. Who's very like,
the
hey,
Bachelor?
like the suave, the suave guy, and we became sweethearts real fast. We went on one date, and then he was my boyfriend. But for anyone who has a God complex out there, The Sims is fantastic.
Yeah, this is...
I mean, just being able to pause life, set all the pieces in motion for what you want, and then unpause and watch is amazing. Maybe that makes me a very sick and twisted individual, I don't know.
I think there's a little bit of that in everybody, though. But yeah, that's what we thought of The Sims 4. I have to imagine that if you've enjoyed The Sims before, this game is tailor-made for that person. Yeah. It seemed like even in our multiple hours with it, there was just a ton of like depth and layers and stuff that we didn't even get to touch. So I'm kind of excited to check it out.
And lots of llama jokes, as there should be.
Yes. And also, we talked about this earlier, but in the load screen, they don't say reticulating
no
splines.
No reticulating
but
splines.
I did see like splining reticulations or something in one of my load screens. So they're being...
It's still there.
I'll throw you a bone in terms of old Sims jokes.
Still there.
Yep.
And for people who've never played Sims before, I encourage you to try it. Set an alarm off to the side so you don't sink your entire day into it. But it's a lot of fun. It really is.
So Trisha, where can people see more of you?
If you want to see me on the internet, you can check out Sourcefed or Sourcefed Nerd or youtube.com/nerdychick5 or on Twitter @thatgirltrish. No I in the girl.
Excellent. Well, thank you for doing this. Let's get out of this very, very sweaty, gross room.
Let's do it.
Let's go. If you've ever considered working behind the scenes to create video games, Full Sail University can help you get ready for that career. Whether you're interested in coding, art, producing, or mobile game development, there's a game degree program at Full Sail University that can teach you the tools, technology, and workflow used by today's studios. Visit fullsail.edu/rev3games to learn more. Now, for those of you who don't know what Rusty's Real Deal Baseball is, it's basically a downloadable collection of simple, straightforward, but really solidly crafted baseball-themed minigames, which makes a lot of sense when you realize that it's from Nintendo's software development and design department, which is the same guys who made the Brain Age series. The minigames basically boil baseball down to these various individual training exercises like hitting home runs, fielding, umpiring.